At 6:10 a.m., in a small kitchen painted light yellow, Emma lifts a kettle off the stove. Steam curls into the cool air while dawn peeks through the window. The city outside is still quiet. Only a sparrow sings near the drainpipe. In this soft silence, one plain cup of tea begins its short journey from leaf to mind. First light in the kitchen. Emma opens the tin and lets dry leaves fall into the pot. She watches them swirl and settle, like tiny boats on dark water. A slow breath leaves her chest, and she notices that her shoulders sit lower than a minute ago. The small act causes a gentle pause in her thoughts. It is a gap wide enough for gratitude to enter. She does not chase it. It arrives on its own, with the smell of tea and the pale pink sky. Why small rituals matter. Many people think big events make the mind happy, like a trip or a prize. Yet daily life is mostly made of brief tasks. Boiling water, buttoning a shirt, locking a door. When we bring awareness to these tasks, they turn into tiny windows of peace. The brain prefers clear starts and finishes. A cup of tea provides both. Pour, steep, sip, end. This neat circle tells the brain you did something, and that message feels safe and complete. Safety opens room for gratitude. When the mind is not busy with danger, it can notice color, scent, temperature, and time. From these simple notes, thankfulness grows like a small plant in warm soil. Proof in daily feelings. Emma pours the first sip and feels heat move through the cup into her hands. The feeling is neither loud nor long, yet it marks her body with comfort. She smiles without thinking about it. Later that morning, the bus breaks down on Oak Street. Passengers sigh, check watches, and tap screens. Emma also feels a pinch of worry, but the earlier warmth lingers like a soft scarf around her mind. She remembers the steam in the kitchen and takes one slow breath. This small memory lowers the edge of stress. In that moment, the bus delay becomes only a fact, not a threat. Such evidence is easy to miss because it is quiet, yet quiet signs still count. A calm pulse, a lighter step, or a gentle curve of the mouth tells us gratitude did its work. Growing a gentle habit. Gratitude does not ask for grand plans, it prefers routine, not drama. A simple rule is helpful. Pair one daily action with one thankful thought. For Emma, the action is tea. For someone else, it can be tying shoelaces, feeding a pet, or opening a window for fresh air. The point is to link the task to a short list of good things already present. Write the list if that feels clear. Speak it out loud if that feels strong. Or simply note it in the mind, like placing stones in a small pocket. The brain loves repetition. After a few weeks of the same cue and the same thankful pause, the link grows like a path in grass. Soon, moving along that path feels natural and needs less effort. Care is important here. If a day goes by without the pause, no blame is needed. Start again at the next chance, maybe with the next cup of tea. What this means for us. When gratitude roots itself in tiny moments, stress often has less room to grow. The mind, like a small room, cannot hold two large chairs at once. Joy in simple things pushes the heavy chair of worry a little to the side. This shift may not solve hard problems, but it can give energy to face them. A rested mind sees options. A tense mind sees walls. Gratitude is one way to rest between tasks. Studies from many universities speak about this link, yet we do not need lengthy papers to notice it. We can test it by feeling our own heartbeat before and after a thankful pause. That personal data is clear and free. The sunrise also helps. Light moves across the sky slowly, almost in secret. When we watch it for even 1 minute, we join a calm rhythm older than any worry. Emma now keeps her kettle close to the window, so she can see that light each morning. The two cues, tea and dawn, meet and weave a stronger thread of gratitude. With this thread she sows small tears that daily life may cause in her mood. Over months, the effect shows in simple facts. She falls asleep sooner because her mind has practiced letting go. She speaks kinder words to herself when tasks go wrong because she has proof that joy can return with the next kettle whistle. Friends notice her relaxed tone and ask for her secret. She laughs and points to the plain white cup. The answer is so small that some friends miss it at first. Still, a few try it. They place their own meaningful object beside a sunrise or beside a lamp in a dark room. Bit by bit, their mornings soften too. We cannot store sunrise in a jar, yet we can store its feeling. A warm drink, a slow breath, or a single quiet view can hold that feeling for us. The mind may visit it later, the way Emma did on the stopped bus. A closing reflection. Look around your next cup, spoon, or doorway. Choose one of these simple gates and step through with thanks. By doing so, you let small joys teach the mind how to feel safe, open, and alive. Big happiness may still visit, but daily gratitude sets the table long before the feast. It says, here is room for good things, and even on hard days, something gentle arrives to fill that room. The effect is steady, quiet, and yours to keep.